Sorry about that. Hello. How are you? Okay, good. So let me just start this one. Morning. Namaste. Welcome to practice. It's about 80 minutes long. Please practice as always according to your conditions and your abilities. Remember, the practice is an offering, so what you are feeling is experienced by all beings. Just try to keep that in mind so as to keep the practice mindful. And if you go to a place of pain or suffering, that is exactly what you'll transmit. So be mindful of your meditations. Just do your best. So begin, close the eyes, bring the attention within. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine becoming one with all beings everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May the Lord bestow upon us the fruit of knowledge, and that we have always a strong desire for that knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more meaningful, more powerful, and even better meditation, renounce all the fruits. Think of this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Do it because it must be done. Start off with spiritual breathing to connect with the divine within on a deeper level. Bring your arms up above the palms facing inwards. From the fingertips, inhale the breath down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, direct path right to God. 6, 7, 8, holding it all in the heart where God resides in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. Exhale out through the fingertips. 2, 3, 4. It's just the breath that leaves. 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale everything you need down through the arms, right into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, holding in the heart. Hold the attention there to attract, continue to attract everything to that space. Exhale up to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Attract everything you need down through the arms into the spiritual heart. Imagine there's a magnet sitting in the center of the chest. Holding it there in the spiritual heart as an offering to God who resides there. Exhale out to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Alternate nostril breathing. So this brings the mind in a state of calmness. So we are, when the mind is calm, it is more conducive to meditation. When the mind is always restless, it has a tendency to be susceptible to cravings, which turn into attachments or could turn into attachments, ultimately leads to suffering. So we just try to bring the mind into a state of quietness. For this technique, we're just breathing in through the left. Make sure you close both nostrils before you exhale. Exhale through the right, back up through the inhale, through the right, close both nostrils again. exhale through the left. So the hold is just for a moment, just for half a second or so. But you quote between the inhale and the exhale. Left hand in Jnana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected, other three fingers straight. Mudra consciousness on the left knee. The right hand, and we keep it there so as to not dissipate energy, keep it locked. The right hand, second, third fingers fall down towards the palm, turn the palm towards us, thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. So for this, you just try to keep your mind on the move of the breath. On the inhale, the breath moves down towards the spine. On the exhale, it goes back up. So constantly watching the wave motion of the breath. So let's begin. Sit tall and straight. Empty the lungs on the next exhale. Then close off the right side. Inhale down to the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both nostrils and open to the right. Exhale. 3, 4. The breath moves back up. 6, 7, 8. Inhale down to the right. Expand the lungs. Raise the chest. 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the right. Open left. Back up. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down through the inhale. Exhale right. Inhale to the right. Close right, open left. Exhale left. Back up. Inhale left. The breathing is always uniform. Exhale right. Keep the inhales and the exhales about the same duration. Inhale to the right. Exhale left. Keep concentrating on the movement of the breath in the body. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale to the right. Sometimes we need something to focus on when we're first starting meditation. Exhale left to keep the mind in focus. Inhale left, but be unconcerned and unjudging if you do start to lose your attention. Exhale right. Inhale right. Try as many times as it takes to keep the mind focused. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Uh, 5 more cycles on your own. Starting and ending on the left side. 8 counts on the inhale. 8 counts on the exhale. It's quite determination to last through. The mind tends to want to go other places, do other things. You are not the mind or the body nor the emotions. You are still just the eternal witness watching everything. Once you're done, rest your right hand on the right knee. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no concern as to what comes into the mind. Have no expectation as what you should or should not observe, or what you should or should not feel. Through the practice, we learn to eventually lose identification with the body, the mind, and emotions. And if we stay in the minds of the witness and we believe in that, that gets us closer and closer to our true nature. For the true nature of the self is infinite, immutable, stainless, beyond all the senses for perception, the sense organs. Now, momentarily, we'll begin the asana practice. And the way that God manifests in this universe is through the different forms. So celebrate all the different beautiful and magnificent ways that God manifests in this universe. And know that we all pass through these forms. So revere and love each and every one. And be grateful for that experience, having lived in that body. We try to bring that experience now into this practice. So now let's come to standing. So we'll start off with some exercises first to promote the purification through the release of impurities through heat, generating heat, and just the vigorous movements to just expel the allow the impurities to eventually come out of the body. So starting off with the organs. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bend down. Hands on the knees. You're completely empty now. Start to relax the belly muscles and pump the belly button in and out. Lean the belly button in the front of the spine. Try to do at least 50 times as you hold your breath out, lungs empty. Imagine all the impurities being shaken out of the organs. Do this action. Now keep holding the breath out. Push the belly button right to the lower back. The heart between the shoulder blades, chin to the chest. The area underneath the rib cage is hollow, thin. And then come back up. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. Let's do one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend down. Again, hands on the knees. Relax belly muscles. And again, start to pump them in and out. Those of you who don't know can do that dancing belly. You can just imagine there's a big mass. The muscles form a big mass in your belly. You're just rolling it around in your belly. Whenever you need to breathe, you can just push the belly button from the spine. Keep on the breath out for a moment, and then again, come back up. Now push the belly again, it's from the spine, heart to the shoulder blades, if you haven't done so already. And then come back up. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Now let's continue with some movements to warm up the joints. Hands on the hips, start to circle the head. Take the head all the way around. If you can, if it feels better to just do semicircles, you can. But try to get the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest. You're taking the head all the way around, the head to the top of the back. And then go in the opposite direction now. But now arms up, inhale, exhale down. Continue. Inhale straight up with the arms. Exhale, pull them down. Now in front of the body, inhale, reach out. Exhale, snap them back to the front of the shoulders. Now swing the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Loosen up the shoulders. Now arms across the chest, inhale. Exhale, throw the arms back. Alternate the cross each time the arms come across the front of the body. And then release. Next one, arms up on the inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. Allow the belly to hit the thighs. Bend your knees as well as you come down. But stay down for a moment to allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then slowly rise back up. Next one has a squat. So go down as far as you can. Be mindful of your knees. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale, drop down into squat. Go back up. And now hold the opposite arms near the shoulder, just happen between your elbows and your shoulders. Bend your knees, bend your feet about the width of the mat. Throw the body from side to side. Kapalabhati is doing. So exhale as you complete the twist on each side. Look all the way around you. And then release. Next one. Again, there's a squat in this one. 4 movements. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, jump up. Exhale down. If you can't jump, just lift the heels. Be like a child. Stay in the mindset of a child. Always adventurous. Always enthusiastic. And you always be blissful. Jump up as high as you can. And then release. Next one, arms in front of the body, height to the shoulders, circle around backwards to the front, exhale, pull in and pop right back out. It's like a recoil effect. And then the arms, this time down, the same movement, but you're going a circle and a quarter. Inhale, circle around to the front, exhale, in, pull in and drop the arms back down. And then release. Open up your feet a little bit more, the toes pointing outwards. Go from side to side, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Return to the center. Next one, the same movement, but the movement, the breathing is a little bit different. Left arm up, inhale, hold the breath, bend to the right, stretch more. Return on the exhale, right arm up, inhale, you can turn the toes the same in the opposite direction of where you're going. And back. So toes follow the same line as the rest of the leg, and jump left, bend to the right. And come back on the exhale. Back to the other side now. Elongate, try not to form wrinkles in the side body. at the waist. And then come back up. Keep on going. Stretch. Turn. Make like grass blowing in a wind. Graceful movements. No jerky movements. So as to not disrupt the mind. Try to move in a way that doesn't agitate the mind. He sometimes says, yogis love the absence of activities. Activities often turn up the mind, turn up the desires, which again ultimately leads us into trouble. Reach. But everything's perfect and according to the divine plan, and we evolve bit by bit through all the different experiences we live through, all the knowledge that we gain. We eventually learn all the skills we need to quiet the mind, to keep the mind in a state of tranquility. Ultimately, all we need to remember is the ethical rules and to observe them steadfastly. Do one more on each side. Stretch the whole top side of the body. To the other side now. And we turn. So now let's come on to hands and knees. Back out. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, the back skin. Let shoulder blades fall away from one another. Inhale. Shoulder blades come together. Exhale. Inhale, telescope the neck out of the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips. Exhale. The heart comes down, the belly button comes down. Exhale, push the belly button to the lower back, the heart between the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. When the chin comes into the chest, make sure you can still keep an opening so as to not cut off the airflow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next one, flat back, neutral back, raise right leg up on the inhale, and swing it out to the right on the exhale. Try to fold the leg up the sides again. If you need to keep the knee bent and slow down the movement. So move again according to your conditions. Sometimes it takes a while for the body to warm up, especially if you're not used to moving in the morning. And then the other leg now. Left leg up, inhale, exhale, swing it up to your left. Now right back up again. Imagine trying to touch the toes, the head. And then release. So now let's come onto the belly. This is for the upper back muscles. Use a cushion if you like. Place it underneath your hips so that helps to keep the hips from grinding into the earth. Now join your hands behind the back if you can. If it's too much for your shoulders, you can keep your hands apart. But if you squeeze your hands together, your heels, your palms together when you come up, helps a little bit. So press down, anchor down to the legs, the sides, and the tops of the feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Up, down, 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 up, and down. One more, up. Hold the breath. Hold it a bit. And down. Relax, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, come onto your right side. Your right hand can hold the head, left hand from the chest. Raise the left leg up. Come back down. Push the foot as far away as you can as your leg coming up and down. Inhale, reach up and down. Try not to create folds in the waist. So keep on pushing the foot out away from you and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then down but halfway. And bring the other leg up to meet if you can. You're bouncing on your hip now. The right arm goes out beyond your head. The left arm goes over your head. And then see if you can pick up the arms up off the ground as well. Balance right on your left hip, right hip. And then release. Lie on your back for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now go to the other side. So turn around. On your left edge of your body, left hand's on your head, your right hand's on your chest. Raise your right leg up and back down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Form a knife edge with your foot, the other edge of the foot, pushing away from you, the inside edge of your foot towards you. Up, down, up, down, up, down halfway, and bring your leg up to meet it again. Flex your feet. Then the left arm extends, right arm goes over the head. Pick up your arms up off the mat. And then come down. Roll onto your back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. Now, go back onto your belly. So now, the seat comes behind you. Inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, drop your hips in the hands, chest forward. Inhale, back up, high cat. Exhale, take the seat back behind heels. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, forward. Shoulders back. Try not to jam up the neck. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, back. Again, if you need to keep the movement smaller, you can. Keep your elbows bent, chest forward. Do the best you can. Up and back. Inhale, you have the option to experience everything and get at some point. So be patient. All is coming. Keep trying. It's the effort that is, again, important, as important, more important than the results. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back. Inhale, rounding. Arching the back, flexing the spine. Back to rounding. Flattening and lengthening. Inhale, imagine your wave emerging from the ocean, powerful, strong, reaching its full height. And then starting to diminish. Cresting first and diminishing, and then disappearing back in the water. Inhale. Use your imagination to achieve the effect you're trying to achieve. Inhale up. Imagination is a very powerful tool. Up. Forward. And back up. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Uncoil like a serpent. Inhale. And back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Rest here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. All these movements help to prepare the body for the practice. Next one, we're gliding into Cobra. So there's two entries if you like to consider. You can glide between your arms when you inhale, touch your hands, make your way up, and hold the breath when you arrive in Cobra. Hold the pose. And back on the exhale. If it's difficult for you to slide, you can just come up into baby plank. On the inhale, drop your head between your hands, chest forward, take the head back, and we still hold the Cobra as you hold the breath. And back. Again, try not to jam up the neck between your shoulders and the ears. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. Push the chest further away from the seat so as to try to get a little bit of space in the lower back. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. Imagine you're a snake creeping through the grass. Then uncoiling gracefully, the chest wide open like the wings on either side of the head, cobra's head. And back, exhale. Come forward. Pull the upper straight to the body. Turn the fingers out a little bit. This might help propel the body forward. Pull your body through the arms more easily. And back, exhale. Come forward. Put yourself in the body of the snake. Imitate every movement. Copy the form physically. And back, exhale. Glide forward again. Hold the pose once you arrive. Try to tap into all the divine qualities, be weak and wise, fierce and fearless. Copy them mentally. And back, exhale. Be wise like the serpent. One more time. Glide forward. 3 times blessed those who can imitate the forms on all levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And back. This time let's come forward. We're still coming to the Cobra, but if you like, press into your fingertips, lift the feet up, open up your legs, see if you can touch your toes. It doesn't matter if they don't touch. Just work different joints at the same time. And back. You have lots of power in your fingertips. Push firmly into the fingertips. Lift the heels of your palms. Hands come close to your hips, right from the hips. And back, exhale. If it's too much, you can just continue doing the cobras. Imagine you're squeezing soft on your knees if you're bending your legs up. And back, exhale. And forward. In any given form, imagine you're your teacher. When you imitate the teacher, it's an act of reverence, of obedience. The teacher, when they sense the students' enthusiasm, are more inclined to share the knowledge of those who are interested. And back, exhale. Come forward. As a hold the pose. Dharmaji often says, think about how I feel, put yourself in my shoes. You see a whole bunch of students just staying there not doing anything. It doesn't motivate the teacher either. So we all try to work together, all trying to move together forward towards self-realization. We help one another. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. I would encourage one another, motivate one another to stay on the path. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now from here, we're going to come onto your belly, flip over onto your back. We're coming into some tucks now. Raise your arms overhead, stretch through the fingers to the toes, and exhale, pull the knees in towards the shoulders, the chin between your knees. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull in. Peel the shoulders up off the mat. Try to get your shoulders to meet the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Don't worry if you can't. Just do your best as always. Inhale. Exhale. Just exploring the transition between these two forms. Do so with power, but with grace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tuck in. Make the body look like a fist or a tight ball. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now changing up the breathing, but the movements is the same. Inhale. Hold the breath as you come into the tuck. Everything stops. Bring all the attention to the space between the eyebrows. Even if your forehead doesn't touch the hands or the knees, keep your attention at the center of the forebrand. Release, exhale. Inhale, elongate again. And then pull in. You can use your elbows to squeeze the either side of the knees. Bring one fist from the other if you're having trouble. Reach your forehead to your hands. And release. And even again, if the head still doesn't come in contact with your fists, don't worry about it. Remain unconcerned, undisturbed. Exhale, inhale, stretch. Hold and tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. It's good for the digestive organs. Squeeze them. Work them. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. Release. Inhale. Hold and tuck. Hold the breath. Release, and last one. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. So now we're going to flip over onto our front again. Last one before we come up to do 3 and then we start. So from here, bring your heels up towards your seat. Take hold of the ankles. Inhale, come up into bow. If you can't come up to full bow, just push your feet away from you. You can keep your thighs on the ground. And then pull your forehead down, the heels in towards your seat. If you can, however, pull on the legs, try to get your thighs up and down. Inhale, up and down. Up and down. With each repetition, maybe you can eventually get your thighs further up off the ground. The feet eventually come over the head. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Open up the chest. Up and down. Up. Hold it. Time. Reach up. You can rock if you like. A few times. Come all the way back on the knees if you can. And one more. Pull up one more time. And release. Forehead on the hands. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now from here, press your way back into child's pose. Bend the toes under and roll your way up. Keep your head heavy as you come all the way up. And we're moving into the sun salutation. So come to the front of the mat. Moment. Okay. Move the front of the mat. Remember to continue to offer up the practice for all beings everywhere. Say as you're doing this is for you, God. And through serving God, you serve all beings. Surya Namaskara. Raise your hands up overhead, arch back. Fold the body down, hands on the ground, chest on the thighs, right foot back, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank, knees, chest, forehead down, glide right into your upward facing dog. Push into your hands, lift your hips and leave in the ground. If it's too much, keep your hips and your thighs on the ground. Back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward to the hands. If that's a difficult transition, you can lower the back knee down. Use your right hand to push the foot forward. Then the feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right to standing, reach up and back. Come back home. Go up and back. Come down. Don't worry about the breath. Move the body, the breath will follow. Left foot back. Feet together. Down we go. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right through between the arms. Push the hips and knees away from the ground. You have to push into the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs again. Bow down in own humbleness. Come all the way up. Open yourself up to divine grace. Hands back to the heart. Tap into the consciousness of each and every movement. Reach up, surrendering fully to divine grace. Fold the body down. Adjust your lowliness. Right foot back, letting go of all expectations and all attachments to the hips. High plank, knees, chest, forehead down. And right through its upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Feet together. Head down. Come right up to stand again. Reach up and back. Come back home. Keep on being a witness. Watch your body moving all by itself. Watch reactions of the mind and emotions without any judgments. Left foot back into high plank. Be undisturbed, unconcerned, unjudging. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. I've gotten which foot already, so right foot forward, and left foot comes in to meet the right. Come all the way up. Come back home, and the other side, reach up and back. Forward fold. Left foot back, drop down to the seat, into the high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down, right through into upward facing dog, lift hips and knees away from the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Come right to stand, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Let's add on now a few more movements. Raise your arms up, stretch the front of the body. As you come down, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs, join your hands behind your back and pull them all the way up over your shoulders. The right foot back. Back knee down this time, swing your arms up. Kapyasana. Use your arms to pull your torso further by the hips. Come back down into high plank. You can do the fade entry Ashtanga Namaskara. If you're stronger, take the seats back. Glide right through between the arms, but try not to allow the legs and hips to come down to the ground as you're making a transition. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up, Ekapada. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Kapyasana again. Raise your arms up, shine your inner light, like the moon that reflects the light of the sun. Come forward, belly on your side, swing hands behind the back. Hold the breath as you bring your left leg forward so it doesn't come down with a heavy thump. Uttanasana. Then come right up to stand again. Arch back. And then back home. Keep on going. Reach up. Forward fold. Bend your knees, push belly to sides, hands come over your shoulders. Forehead to the shins, your legs are perfectly straight. Left foot back. Kapyasana, hips all the way forward. Keep your balance. Reach back. Lean away from the leg. You come back down and back into plank. If you're trying to do that other transition without your legs dropping to the ground, turn your fingers out. You have to push your Elbows into sides, body pushing with your toes. Right through to upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up, and the foot comes between the hands. Reach up and back. With constant practice and determination, adherence to ethical rules as always, anything is possible. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And back home. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch your body move with even more power, grace, and ease. Belly on your sides and your hands over your shoulders. Uttanasana. The right foot back. Right, and transition from one pose to the next, like a shapeshifter, moving without any effort. Move fluidly as though you see yourself in your dreams. The seat goes back, or Ashtanga Namaskara, if that's too much, into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg up, right between the hands, shoulders over the fingertips, the foot lands that it sounds. Reach the arms up and back, control the movements. Swing your hands back. And then you try to work on the control with the mind. Everything is a process. And back home. Raise your hands up, reach back. Forward fold, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs. Seat to line your heels eventually. You can get your legs straight. Left foot goes back. Kapiyasana. Lean away from the leg. Come right back down into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Or the seat goes back, come right through into upward facing dog. Wherever you are in practice is perfect. Downward facing dog, left leg up. Eventually, again, we have the chance to experience everything. Go as far as you can in your lifetime because you'll know where you're going to end up next. So your hands behind the back. Go as far as you can towards self-realization in this time, in this lifetime. Uttanasana. Come right to standing, raise arms over the head, arch back. And come back home. Good. Next one. Next one, we're just going to jump back. So for as fast as you can, I'll just demonstrate. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back, come down, jump back if you can, or walk back if too much, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump again, your feet to the hands, and come back up. Go right into the next one, so continue. Jump back into upward facing dog, downward facing dog, come forward, reach up, go right back down. Upward facing dog, try to land, not so heavily. Hold your breath as you make your jump. And as you bend your elbows as you're coming back. Down face together into the hands, reach up, one more. Come down into plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump your feet to the hand, reach up and back. And come back home. From the heart, inhale from the left from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath. Imagine all the love going out to all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine, unconditional love for all beings. And release. So there's a time for fervor in their practice, for action. And there's also a time for quietness and softness. So as allow the mind to settle. But eventually the mind remains undisturbed no matter what you're doing. This is what we're aiming for. So sometimes it's good to challenge the mind to keep quiet no matter what you're doing. Holding the right foot, ballet pose. Take your right foot out to the side, the left arm comes up. Try to keep your toes and fingers on the same line. If you're having trouble balancing, either bring your left hand to the wall or stand with your back against the wall. More flexible, bring your leg up higher. Lean to your left. Look up. If you find the balance, be magnificent and poised and graceful like the dancer. Good, now we're going to release the foot. Try not to allow the foot to come down heavily and try not to touch the ground, going right into eagle. Bend your right knee or gliding eagle. So your arms out to the side. Try to get your foot higher than the hip, your head above the height of the knee. Then arch your back if you can. Put your shoulders back, bring your chin forward. Press into your right foot. right into Garudasana. Bring your knee up as high as you can. Turn to your left a little bit, point the toes. You might go to wrap the foot around the back of the left leg. Left arm over the right. And then see if you can sink down a little bit lower. If you fell anywhere in between, you lost your balance, just come right back up. Keep on trying. Try not to come forward too much to your shoulders. Keep your back straighter if you can. Now release. Press into your left foot, come back up. Try it on the other side now. So again, change from one form to the other. Quietly and gracefully as possible. Take your left heel and bring the leg up to this side. Try and embody all the qualities of a dancer. Again, if you're more flexible, bring the leg up higher to this, closer to the shoulder. You can look up. You flex your foot, sometimes it helps push you to the base of the toes. With every pose, say, this is for you, God. And then continue to distribute all the qualities, all the benefits to all beings. Good, now again, lean to the right a little bit as your leg's coming down. Try not to touch the foot to the ground, swing all the way back and up. At the same time, you're bending your knee, your belly lands on your thigh. Arms sweep out to the side. Imagine you're an eagle soaring from a great height at great speed. So you can pick up bring your chest forward a little bit. Arch your back. Push into the right foot, hold the breath as you're coming up. Bring your knee as high as you can so you can wrap a little bit more easily. Turn to your right a little bit, point the toes so you can hook your foot in the back of the leg. If it doesn't hook, don't worry about it. Just keep it where it is on the side like that. And then bring your arms together. So bring your right arm over the left this time. Push the elbows forward in front of the shoulders. Bring your shoulders back. Press into the right foot and release. Charge the body from all around. Inhale the best. Bring it right into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it out to all beings everywhere. Good, so let's do one more balance sequence. Left foot forward, bring the left fingertips down. Try not to try to move the hand a little bit further out, not close to the foot. If it's too close, it'll be difficult to open up. About 14 or 16 inches, raise your right leg up. Right arm comes up, Adho Chandrasana. Point the toes on the right foot, keep your fingers together on the right hand. Make it look pretty. Again, it's an offering, so make it as beautiful as you can. When your attention is offering, the poses become even more magnificent. Now from here, if you can bend your left knee to anchor the left foot back down a little bit more. Take the right foot close to your seats. You can take hold of the lower leg, close to the ankle, and push the foot back out. You can also do this, if it's too much, you can come onto your left knee if you like. If you're more advanced, you can look forward. If you have to find a balance, hold the breath, take your left hand to your heart, or maybe take your hand to your foot, push the foot back and up away from the body again. Break the pose, left hand comes back down, right foot comes back down. Roll your way up, keep your head heavy. And then just move right into the next side. The right foot forward, right fingertips come down. Stay on the fingertips, lift your palm, it gives you more height. And again, have more power and strength in those fingertips and just having your hands flat on the ground. It's not, it won't be as active that way. So raise the left leg up, open up to the left, reach. You can only go as far as your imagination to cultivate a boundless one. Now from here again, you can bend your right knee to anchor the right foot down. Sometimes it helps to bring your knee a little bit closer into the belly. So you can take your ankle a little bit more easily. And then start to push the foot all the way up and back away from the body. Stretch the whole front of the body. It should feel like a bow pose. You can stay here. If you look forward, hold your breath, your hip in line with your heel. Take your right hand to your heart or reach for the foot if you can. And push the foot again away from your body. Once the foot's far away, straighten out the right leg to stay strong in the pose. Break the pose. Right hand comes back down, left foot comes back down. From here, bend your knees, step on your fingers with your heels. Your heels are sitting in your palms, fingers are underneath your heels. Push your chest against your legs, try to get your chest lower than knees, your forehead if your legs are straight to the shins. Lift your seat up. And from here, release, come back up. Keep your head heavy as you roll your way up. Turn your palms forward. Inhale again. The best of the breath comes into the body, right up through the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout your own being and send it to all beings also. Everything meant to be shared as always. So come now to face the long edge of the mat. Getting ready for Virabhadrasana. Fingers in line with your elbows and height to the shoulders. Jump or walk your feet apart, go to your left. See if you can increase your stance so you can get a little bit lower in the pose. Your knee eventually over the toes. Be strong and mighty like the warrior. But now from here, take your hands behind the back. Pull the hands down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back. Now go to the right a little bit. Make sure the right edge to the right outer edge of the foot is down. So if you need to push your right hip back a little bit to do that, your left hip back a little bit, then do so. But keep your hip about the height of the knee. And then come down, humble warrior. Go to the right a little bit so your knee comes to the inside of the leg and can just slide down. If it's too much, you can lower the right knee down on the ground like so, underneath the hip. So if that's too much, do that modification. Pull your hands all the way up over your shoulders, in front of your head. Press into your feet, come up halfway, bring your hands to the ground, and then move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Slide back and forth, getting ready for Pistasana dessert. Push your back heel. One more time, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes, fall to your right onto your right forearm, and then roll back to your left. Try get your back lower than the knee. So if you can't, if your hips are too high from the ground, you have to stay on your hands, just keep sinking your hips down. Telescope your head and chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body gets closer to the ground. If you're flexible and your hips are already anchored down, bring your belly and your chest and your chin down. Look like a lizard just sunning itself on the warm earth. Go on to any variations, advanced practitioners, if you know any. You take the bind, your left arm goes over your foot, from outside, goes underneath the leg, join your hands over your back. Every chance you get, try to bring the mind into a state of quietness. So once you find the pose, leave the body alone. And then release. Come back onto your hands, keep your seat where it is, Kapiasana. Hands come up, Kali Mudra, rock your shoulders back and forth, pull your arms back, push your lower back up and in, lift the chest, and then go back. Reach, try to get your index fingers over the toes, imagine you're going there. Think of a monkey swinging from tree to tree, they have no bones in their arms. Become that, the monkey. Now break the pose. Bring hands onto your knee, lean forward and push yourself more upright. Your left foot comes underneath your heel. Your left foot comes underneath your back, your knee. Shin is straight, back toes bend under. You should be able to lift your foot easily. Okay, so now this way, Payurvita Padmasana, right arm up, angle the toe and knee towards the right. Push it out of the way with your left hand so you can get the right arm down. Armpit ideally on the outside of the knee. Left hand starts pushing down with the right hand.
Or you can use a fist. Sometimes that's easier. More pushing action, more strength. The belly comes over the thigh, and then turn your chest and face up. Pull the left hip back, the head forward. Try to move your center of the chest right behind your thumbs. If you have flexibility, you can take the bind. If your armpit is on the outside of the knee, push your seat back. Use your left hand to just tap against the back of the wrist, the back of the lower arm to get underneath the leg. Left arm goes over the back. Join your hands together. If you can, lift the back knee up off the ground. If you have the bind, pull on the hand, try to get your body deeper into the twist. Break the pose. Come back between your legs and come all the way up. Go to the other side now. Bring your right foot forward. Virabhadrasana. Look over the front end. Settle into stillness. Humble warrior now. Hands behind the back. Pull hands down. Lift the chest. Bring the head back. And now again, push into your left outer edge foot down. Move your hip back, your right hip back. Go to your left a little bit. Try to get your shoulder to come inside of the right leg. This gives you space to go down maybe a little bit further. If your hip is the height of the knee, you might be able to get your head on the ground. If it's too much, again, lower your left knee down. Bring it underneath your hip. So your left shin should be vertical. Left thigh should be vertical. Express the humbleness of the warrior, surrendering themselves always to divine service. Now break the pose, bring the hands back down. Move your right foot out to the edge of the mat. One lizard. Try to rock back and forth. Imagine your hips are made of lead, very heavy. Push one more time through the left foot. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. Fall to your left. See if you can get your forearm if your hips are close to the ground already. And then roll back to the right. If you're very close to the ground already, you can take your right arm to the outside of the foot. Keep telescoping your head and chest forward. Imagine you're a lizard just basking in the sun. If your hips are anchored down, perhaps eventually the pelvis will come down, followed by the belly and the chest. If you're taking a bind, the right arm goes over the foot, underneath the leg. The left arm goes over your back. You join them together. This is if you're flat on the ground. Wherever you are is perfect if you find the ability to go to the edge of your potential, but you still have the ability to still the mind. It's not constantly agitated and racing because of the discomfort. Don't go to that place. And release. Of course, we all experience it. We all want to do our best and go to the fullest extent we can, but eventually with the knowledge of what the purpose is for asana, steady and comfortable pose with the ability to still the mind, then you find the perfect place to be. Your seat is down now. Hands together, Kali Mudra, push lower back up and in, and reach back. When you get more proficient with the postures, then you'll be able to move into the poses more quickly. You learn the tricks to find your way to the poses, and then you can rest and ease and offer the pose. Pose now. Put your hands back to the front knee, come upright, move your right foot in, so that again, your legs form a box, bend the toes under and back foot. See if you can lift your foot. Just ensure it's in the right place. Left arm up, go to the right. Dive down with the right arm down the outside of the knee, right hand pushing your left. You don't stay there. Keep pushing down until the center of the chest. The body's rising up at the same time, so the chest comes behind your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder all the way back. If you want, you can take your right knee up, your left knee up off the ground. Sometimes you can try to move into the bind once your knees up off the ground. You don't have that left leg just in the way, so you get your left arm under a little bit more easily. The right arm goes over your back. The trick is to try to find the balance while you do keep the balance. Push through the back heel, push through the base of the toes. Break the pose from here, move into plank. Vasisthasana, move your left hand over to the right a little bit, spin on your feet, come into your side plank. If this is too much and you're starting to sink into your hips, you sink into your shoulder, just bring your left knee down. Go back to plank. Stand on the right hand. Arms in the same line, fingers together. Again, make the pose as beautiful as possible. Nice straight lines, as strong lines. Now going back to high plank. One more round, but this time if you have a variation, go ahead. You can stay in plank or side plank, or you can start to slide the right toes back, spin on your left foot, and then start to push your hip up. You might have to move your left foot in a little bit. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is down, so you can get your right foot up off the ground. If your hip is high, your left leg is straight, and make it a bit easier. If you can, get your foot off the ground, take your knee, more advanced, and more flexible, take the foot. The pose, come back to plank, go to the other side now. Again, moving with gracefulness and fluidity, just like you see yourself in your dreams. Side plank, and then from here, maybe you can move into your variations. If you're on your knee, you can raise your left leg up. Take hold of the foot like you're doing a bow pose. You have to have all your weight on your right hand and your right foot. This helps if you get your right leg straight, bring your left foot in, right foot a little bit closer. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is down. Break the pose. Come back into high plank from here. And then from here, lower the knees down. Come into child pose for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now an inversion. So if you're not too familiar with inversions and you'd rather have your feet on the ground, you just lift your seat up, try to get your hips in line with your knees. You roll onto your top of your head, and like when your hips are over your knees, you'll be more on the back of the head. If it's too much, just move your head a little bit forward so that you're more on the top of the head. If you're comfortable do any headstands, you can. So feel free to use a wall or a chair if you like. Your feet to the base of the chair, or the wall. Your seat's on the heels, and then make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders when you're starting. Your arms are maybe about 4 to 6 inches away from the knees. And bring your hands forward, take your head in between your hands. The head is being cushioned by the hands. And then bring one foot on the wall or the seat of the chair, your other leg hangs back behind you. The foot is close to your seat. Make sure your legs are bent. This is easier to balance this way. And eventually keep pushing through the foot that's behind your back. Eventually be able to maybe peel your toes up off the wall or the chair. Bend the toes back, simply just flex your foot. Make sure you're not reaching for the wall. If you're reaching for the wall and your leg is straight, you're too far from the wall. Keep coming a little bit closer. Otherwise, it'll be difficult to find a balance. You have to be close enough to the wall so that you can just pull your toes away from the wall easily. Don't expect to come into the forms the first time, every time. Sometimes it takes a little bit more work, just like experiences. Some are more difficult than others. It takes a little bit of time to process them. Be patient. Now make your way back down.
child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. Roll your way up. Bring your feet in front. Scooch your seat all the way forward towards heels, and then lower down on the back. Coming right into bridge pose from here. So it's like an approximation. The shoulder stand's got the same shape roughly. Your edge of the feet in line with your hips. Push your seat up. And then once your hips are up, try to shift from one side to the other. Try to get your arms underneath your body completely. Pull them underneath so that you can't see them from above. And try to get your chest close to your chin. If you feel that your knees are over your toes, you have to push your seat up a little bit more, tilt the hips forward, and then the knees will go behind the toes. The back of the knee should be in line with the heels. The shin should be straight for this pose. So that looks more like the shoulder stand when your legs are up, your chest and your toes are on the same line. Good. If you like, you can bring your hands on your seat. You're just facing away. Your seat is sitting in your heels in your palms. You can raise your left knee up towards your chest and bring the leg straight up. If you want, you can bring your leg out to the side. Push the right knee out, the opposite side to the right to counterbalance. Be careful with your wrist. It can be hard on the wrist. So if you have wrist issues, maybe this is not for you. Bring your leg back up and come back down. And then the right knee up, raise leg up. And if you want, you can take it again to the side. Your left knee falls out to the left a little bit. Know your limitations, remember. Don't go to a place of pain or anxiety or suffering. Think about the offer you're making. Bring your leg back up and then the foot back down. Good. So from here, if you have an Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can prepare for it. Bring your fingertips behind your head, stay on your fingertips, and then slide your head in a little bit closer. Come on to the top of the head, turn your hands around so your fingers are facing towards heels now, turned outwards a little bit as well. And now, if you can, bring your head up off the ground. Again, you can stay in your bridge if this is not in your practice right now. Arch your back. Try to straighten your legs and your arms. Rock back and forth your leg, come up off your heels. Stretch. And then lower back down. With mindfulness. From here, once you're down on the back, slide your hands underneath your seat, extend your legs, lift your back up off the ground. Pull the elbows closer in towards another behind the heart. Lift the chest, allow the top of the head to come down. You might need to scoot your hands a little bit further forward towards your feet so that you can get a little bit more height. And then from here, breathe very fast. If you want, you can raise your legs up 12 inches off the mat as well. Sniff like a puppy through the nose. Bring the legs back down. Break the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now rock back into plow pose if you can. Just for a moment. Take hold of the ankles, maybe even the toes, the big toes with 2 fingers and your thumbs. We're going to come up into bound boat if you can. Or if it's too much, hold the backs of the knees and come up. Let's see, try not to touch your feet in between. Hold your breath and come right back up. Still hold your legs. If you can do it without bending your legs, even better. But it's all perfect wherever you are. Now push your chest forward to meet the knees if you can, and allow the legs to float there. You can bend your knees otherwise if it's too much. Okay, so now from here, breathe very fast again. Bring your feet down, open up the knees, soles of your feet together, right into Alasana. Your index fingers together, cup them over the toes. Up and move the toes. And then just allow, depending on your flexibility, maybe your face can come right down onto your feet. From above, it looks like a six-pointed star. Try to see the star in your mind. When you're looking from above, your index fingers and the base of spine are the top and bottom points. The elbows and the knees are the side points. Feet quite far from the bottom, from the root. Just watch, keep watching the movement of the breath, watch the mind reaction without any expectation, without any concern of what is passing through the mind and of what you could see. Now coming back up, bring your knees together. Go ahead now from here, actually not knees together. Bring your feet apart just for a moment. 10 inches but roughly your fingers and toes are pointing out beyond the corner to the corners of the mat. Push your hips up, bench pose, chest high or higher than the shoulders, allow the head to fall back. Breathe very fast again, so like an uppy through the nose. Lower the seat down. Bring your feet together now. Hand left, right, left arm up, right hand behind the back, right the center of the seat. Push the left arm against the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Try not to allow the knees to fall away from one another. Keep the back straight. Push the lower back up and in. Inhale, reach the chest and the crown up. Exhale, turn more. It's not just the eyes that turn, the whole torso, the whole trunk, from the hips all the way up. Come back to the center, go to the other side, left hand behind the back, right arm up. Press against the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Imagine you can see right through your skin at the spine spiraling. Push your knees beyond the right edge of the body. Break the pose, lie down on the back, Shavasana. Once you're down on the back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you went unconscious. All the muscles instantly dissolve. The softness of the limbs, the arms, the back, sinking into the ground, sagging from the long weight. Everything completely relaxed. To put yourself in a more conducive state of surrender, where now you can invite the best to come in. All the fruits of the practice now coming to you. Stay in this mindset of giving, of offering, and you'll always be set. You'll always be satisfied. You always get what you need because you attract good outcome to you, good karma. So it pays to be in observance of ethical rules. You set yourself up for all the good circumstances, love, and this sense of comfort. Let that continue to motivate you. Do good, be good. Do better, be better. Do your best, be your best. Say to yourself the following sentence 3 times mentally to ingrain in your heart and mind and carry it with you so you can repeat yourself every day to see its realization bit by bit, more and more. My compassion is ever expanding and reaching all beings. Repeat that to yourself 3 times. My compassion is ever expanding and reaching all beings. Now let's prepare to bring that out into the day-to-day life, into our day-to-day lives and all interactions. Prepare to sit. Do so in a way that is gentle, that is quiet, so as to stay in this beautiful mindset of tranquility. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. If you need, take more time for Shavasana if you need, and just allow the benefits to further integrate. Much love, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste. See you soon.